Yes, guys. Happy scared the dog. Apologies. Happy Sunday. It is Sunday. Happy Sunday. Absolutely psyched, hyped. We are about to go for a run, which is why I'm just listening to some heavy metal, rock and roll, whatever you want to call it. I think that class is as heavy metal, but I wanted to give you a little bit of an insight into my diet plan has changed. So I thought it'd be useful to give you a little bit of an insight and an overview into what I'm eating at the moment, why my strategy has changed, and why I've now decided to completely overhaul my diet and the thoughts and feelings behind it, and to give you a little bit of an insight because it might be very, very useful to some of you watching this. So, I have just finished, those of you who do follow me, I have just finished a 48-hour fast, guys. I'm just going to move this down. I said to myself that I was actually going to do a 48-hour fast. Okay, so I've just joined it's like a networking group, guys. It's like a networking group for entrepreneurs and people who have businesses and stuff like that as well. Okay, so I've just joined a networking group, and one of the key things in that is like the principles of what we should do as entrepreneurs, as men. And we should have discipline, we should have integrity, which I'm a big believer in. Like integrity, you say what you're gonna do, or you do what you say you're doing, and if you don't fucking say it. And discipline, every man should have discipline, okay? Again, if you can't fucking keep your hand out of the biscuit tin, or you can't get up at 7 a.m. when you said you're gonna get up at 7 a.m., fucking what are ya, okay? So I've just finished a 48-hour fast. Yesterday I went a little bit off the rails. I enjoyed some good food, and I'm going to do a whole video walking through the 5 things that I learned from doing my fast. But in this video, I'm going to cover what I'm eating this week and why I've swapped from my old bodybuilding approach of fucking 6 meals a day, which became a little bit unsustainable, guys, to this new approach that I'm doing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to walk you through my meals and what I am going to be doing. So I've transitioned from having probably anywhere between 4 and 6 meals, including like snacks and stuff, guys, which, to be honest, it was getting a little bit unsustainable. Like I was finding myself cooking all the time. Like even though I was prepping, I was finding myself just fucking stopping work and eating all the time, and it was a little bit unsustainable. So I'm trialing a new approach, which is more whole foods. I'm going to try and move away from powders and stuff like that as well. Protein powders, processed shit. I'm not saying that processed food is bad, guys. I fucking like, you chuck a Squares bars in front of me, you chuck cereal in front of me, I fucking love it. I love granola. Granola is like my sweet tooth thing. Sweets, chocolate, like I do believe that they all have a good place in a sustainable diet. However, the approach that I use, guys, is Monday to Friday I will follow a rigid, structured plan, and I recommend this to all my guys inside our elite Build Pros Stone 12 program as well, our fat loss program for tradesmen. I think Monday to Friday, like working days, you should follow a structured plan, and the reason behind that is the simpler you can make your life. You take out thought fatigue, whatever it's called, decision fatigue. You know what you're eating, you prep your food. It makes your life a hell of a lot easier. And then at the weekend, guys, I have a little bit more of a flexible approach where I might go out with my girlfriend, my fiance, should I say, and have a meal. I might have, for example, yesterday, we boshed a couple of these. Triple Belgian chocolate shortbread. So any of my followers watching me, that is my sweet tooth. But foods that I'm eating this week, okay, I'm going to try and get them out of the fridge. I've just loaded the fridge full of HelloFresh, which Holly's having this week. So I'm going for 2 meals and 3 meals, 2 meals and a snack this week, guys, which is quite different to what I've ever done. I've always had like 4 or 5 meals. I've always followed the approach of like all the bodybuilding coaches I've worked for in the past have been, you need to eat 40 grams of protein every 3 hours. It's optimal. Fucking what's optimal, guys? Optimal is what you can stick to and what works for you. So this week I wanted chicken thighs. Okay, I'm going to actually get fucking Tesco's. If somebody from Tesco's is watching this, you need to sort out your shop, because I went to Tesco's yesterday and I couldn't buy chicken thighs, which I was like, what the hell? Should be able to buy chicken thighs. Okay, so what I am having is I'm just going to get a couple of bits and pieces out. For lunch, we've loaded up on chicken. I had to get chicken breast fillets. I wanted chicken thighs, I'm not going to lie. I wanted something a little bit fattier, a little bit tastier. Chicken breast fillets are excellent if you're on a diet, but I was going for taste. I'm not really dieting. I'm kind of quite happy with where I'm at right now. We loaded up on eggs. So I'm going to have chicken breast fillet with jasmine rice. We'll get to show you the jasmine rice as well. The reason that I went for jasmine rice this week, guys, was because it's higher in carbohydrates. And to be honest, jasmine rice is fucking sick. It tastes better than basmati rice. It's a little bit more like stodgy. I don't know if stodgy is the word. Stodgy doesn't sound that great, but I'm having jasmine rice. Also, I buy these packets of rice as well. Fuck, so quick, so easy. So anybody like rush for time and stuff, you should be buying packet rice. Like, there's no reason behind you can't eat healthy because you haven't got time. Like, there's so many ways. But I'm having chicken with rice, eggs. I'll mix eggs into it, make my own egg fried rice. I bought a shit ton of like different coloured veg. When you're going for veg, you should have as many colours as you can, personally, in my opinion, okay? So yeah, lunchtime around 12 o'clock, I'll be having a chicken and rice meal. Again, you haven't got to eat chicken and rice to make progress. I genuinely enjoy it. Chicken, eggs, rice, veg, okay? Before the gym, I'll be training around 3/4 o'clock. Before the gym, I've bought pineapple, okay? I've bought mango, I've bought bananas, I've bought dates, I've got honey, so I'm gonna be having fruit with honey, plenty of carbohydrates before you train. And then for tea, I'm gonna have either lean beef mince, I bought potatoes, sweet potatoes, or I also bought steak, okay? So again, you can eat good food. Steak or salmon are generally good options, guys. So I've gone down to, I'll tell you what else I bought as well. We've loaded up on the nuts this week. So I've got walnuts and I've also got pistachios in there. One thing that I'm actually trying to improve is my testosterone levels. Not because I'm struggling with low testosterone, but honestly, like, testosterone isn't just fucking sex drive and feeling horny all the time. Like, testosterone is performance in the gym. It's cognitive function, it's energy levels, it's sleep, it's how quick, how much muscle mass can you build. So I'm trying to naturally boost my testosterone by looking at things like the food I'm eating and eating more fattier foods, to be honest, guys. I've always been go for 0% fat Greek yogurt, go for reduced fat cheese and stuff like that. And now I'm starting to have more whole milk and whole yogurts and steaks and fattier cuts of meat and stuff like that, rather than always going for the lean cuts. So that's what my diet is looking like this week. Like I said, I'm going for 2 meals a day, plus fruit, plus some nuts and stuff. I'll be on around probably 2,800 calories. For the last few weeks, I've been on around 2,200 calories. I feel quite relatively lean at the moment. And like I say, I'm kind of in a position where I'm not focused on physique. I'm now trying to structure my diet around focus, cognitive function. As an entrepreneur, how can I best structure my diet as opposed to fucking just structuring it like a bodybuilder, because optimal is 6 meals a day and it's 40 grams of protein per serving. It's 3 grams of leucine per protein serving, okay? So again, that's why I'm trialing this approach. In terms of what approach should you be trying, personally, in my opinion, you need to do what works best for you. If you work with me inside my Build Pros program, you will most likely be a tradesman, or you will most likely have a physical manual job, which means realistically you probably can't eat 6 meals a day. You probably can't eat 5 meals a day. So going for 2 or 3 meals, maybe with a snack, do what works best for you. If you're somebody who doesn't like a lot of food, then maybe you're best to have more meals, but smaller meals throughout the course of the day, guys, because that's going to work best for you, because you haven't then got to eat a lot of food. I can put away a shit ton of food, so having 2 meals and a snack a day isn't any harm to me. Like, each meal is over 1,000 calories and I can pack it away because I'm a big eater. Okay, so in terms of how many meals should you have, you need to do what works best for you. Whether that's, I probably wouldn't recommend 1 meal a day because you'll be eating a hell of a lot of food. But I would recommend anywhere between, again, 2 and 5 meals. I would say 3 meals is optimal for most people. Maybe have a couple of snacks throughout the course of the day. But again, do what works for you, your job, your goals, your lifestyle. Meal timings, personally, I won't be eating until like midday. I find it that, like, especially if you're trying to lose body fat, guys, I find the best thing to do is not intermittent fasting, but pushing your first meal back to 11 a.m., 12 p.m., like midday, is probably going to be your best approach, because if you're a big foodie and you're trying to lose body fat, that means you've got more food in the back end of the day. Again, meal timings, just try and split your meals evenly, but do what works best for you. I know as an entrepreneur now, I get up between 6 and 8 is like a little bit of my time. I journal, I read, I just do some shit for me, because otherwise I wouldn't ever do it. Because those of you guys watching this who have your own business, you know that once you get started, it's difficult to switch off and stop. So 6 to 8 a.m. is my time when I focus on doing shit for myself. I've actually finished my second book, which I've never ever read a fucking book in my life, and I've now finished 2 books, Psycho Cybernetics and Dollars Flow to Me Easily. Any young aspiring entrepreneurs out there, I highly recommend you read those 2 books. One of my mentors, Tom Young's, recommended that I read them, and honestly, they've changed the complete thought process that I have around life, around business and stuff like that as well. Between 8 and 12ish, I'll generally sit down and just smash a load of work out, and then I'll eat around 12. I'll take the dog, I'll do another load of work until like 3/4 o'clock. I then have my fruit, go to the gym, and I'm gonna try and switch off when I get home from the gym. Again, we'll see how that goes. My diary is ever changing depending on obviously what's coming up in the week and stuff. But that's why I've structured my diet that way. That's why I'm now trialing 2 meals a day, because it works best for me, guys, and that is what you need to do for you. So again, foods I've bought this week: we bought chicken, we bought steak, we bought mince, we bought pineapple, we got bananas, we got mangoes, we got dates, we got eggs. You saw my shortbreads that I had yesterday. I even had some fruit pastels last night, again, because balance is key. Should you be having fruit pastels every day? No. I came off the back of a fast. I think there's a time and a place for them, guys. Sugary foods, like, you've got to include them in moderation if that's what makes you stick to the plan and the program. I am now off for my morning run. It is 10:45. We're going for a run. I've got London High Rocks next week. I'm racing twice next week, so that'll be exciting. I'll keep you updated on that. But I just wanted to give you an insight into why I've structured, why I've changed my diet, and why I'm now structuring it around my life as an entrepreneur rather than as an athlete, a bodybuilder, because I don't do bodybuilding training anymore, so there's no point me structuring my diet around a bodybuilding plan. Again, what's the best plan? The best plan is one that fucking works for you, okay? Big love, peace out. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found it useful. See you in the next one. Bye bye.